We are source. We are fractals of God. It's just that sometimes in these human avatars we forget that we am the omnipotent I am present. We are the energy, the light, the code, the frequency. We are consciousness. People look at past and future lives as linear, but nothing in this universe is linear. So reincarnation, how does it work? From my own personal experience, working with so many souls all over this planet, beautiful human beings who have had so many experiences, and also through my own experiences. When I first started my spiritual journey, I had a guide in human form that took me into hundreds of different reality fields, past lives, my consciousness, and the higher realms that my consciousness is connected to have experienced. These physical vessels that we live and play the game of life in, these physical bodies, they're avatars that enable consciousness to interface with other human beings through other avatars. And my soul, my consciousness, may be a part of this physical body that people call Jerry. But my consciousness is also having experiences in other bodies. There are other streams of consciousness that are also having experiences as me, Jerry. But a different stream of consciousness is flowing through that avatar. I may reincarnate as you, and it's not so much that I reincarnate, but my consciousness gets to experience playing the game of life through the avatar that you are at the moment, that I could be in another reality field. People look at past and future lives as linear, but nothing in this universe is linear. Everything is happening simultaneously at the same time in the same space. If I leave my body today and my consciousness goes on to the next stage of my journey, and I come into another human body, right now it's May that I'm recording this video, 2024. I may incarnate 2,000 years ago. I may come into another body 20,000 years in front in so-called linear time. Now my consciousness is connected to my higher self, and then other elements further up the chain. My soul, my oversoul. The oversoul splits, but it's not that it really splits. It fragments and fractals and has different experiences, but it's still connected to the same oversoul. A little bit like the ocean. The ocean is a body of water, and that body of water is vast. And as that body of water nears the shore, it breaks into waves. And those waves, they're still part of the ocean, but they're separate waves. And our oversoul fragments like the waves in the ocean. The oversoul is like the body of water. And then the souls, they fractalize. And the consciousness, it fractalizes and goes and has different experiences. Sometimes it has experiences at the same time in different bodies. Sometimes it will go and just have one experience. But like the ocean and the waves splitting, going into the shore, washing up onto the beach, the water gets dragged back out into the ocean. Just like our consciousness goes and has experiences. And when the consciousness leaves the avatar, the vessel, human body, extraterrestrial body, there's no difference really. We're extraterrestrials. There's extraterrestrials in space. There's extraterrestrials here on planet Earth. We are extraterrestrials. We came from the stars. But these different waves get sucked back out into the body of water, like the different streams of consciousness get sucked back into the field to download and upload the experiences that were taking place. And then the records from the soul that go to the oversoul up the chain go out into the records. And there are beings that look after these records. Maybe at some point you've been one of these beings. Maybe at some point in the so-called future you will become one of these beings that observes all the different planets and all the different experiences. It's like the most advanced system to view reality. If you go to a city like London, there are cameras everywhere. Thousands of cameras. And those cameras, they feed back to central databases, central control rooms. If you look at this on a grander scale, you've got huge control rooms with many beings observing planets. These bodies are incredible computers. And our consciousness controls these computers. And we have experiences and feed the information back to the control room. It gets stored in the records. Some people call it the Akashic records. There are many different systematical ways that these records are kept. And we as humans, consciousness in human bodies, have access to all of these records. Everything is available 24/7, 365. You are never out of touch. You are never truly unplugged. It's just that sometimes in these human avatars we forget that we am the omnipotent I am present. We are the energy, the light, the code, the frequency. We are consciousness. And we came from one body of consciousness. And we're always connected to one body of consciousness. Just like the waves are always connected to the ocean. There never is any separation. You are always plugged in. But in these physical bodies, we're in a world that is full of manipulation and corruption. And there are game masters. And the game masters, their mission, their aim, their job, their role in this great big game, in this great big experiment, is to stop us remembering the truth that we are this omnipotent, omnipresent I am. We are source. We are fractals of God. We are God itself. Goddesses, gods. We are alchemical. We are nature. Love is nature. Nature is love. God is love. Love is God. It's just energy. These are just labels for something you can't really describe. But when you go beyond those labels and you drop into your heart and you be very still and very present, you feel it, you know it. And when you feel it and you know it, there's no going back to this mundane, cyclical, 9 to 5 reality that they want everyone to live. So many tricks, and the game is beautifully orchestrated. So carefully and precisely designed. The good and the bad don't really exist. They're just experiences within the framework of the game. And when we connect to that I am presence and we know that we are gods and goddesses, we are so powerful, we can step outside of the game. We can step outside of the construct. Our physical bodies can be a prison cell, or they can be the stargate to liberation. You choose how you want to frame your reality. You choose how you want to be, how you want to show up. Are you a victim to the construct, or are you a Jedi that understands the force, the dark and light, brought into equilibrium? It's where the power lies, when you become whole. Everything. And then by default, you are nothing. And it's being in that nothingness state that allows you to truly master who and what you are. And to have that deep remembrance. When you become nothing, by default, you connect with everything. But not because you're trying to connect with everything and be everything. And to have these external false experiences that you think are going to make you happy. Yes, they're fun. Yes, they're a bit crazy and wild. And we should have them. Because we came to Earth to have a full human experience. But we must stay grounded in that notion, in that reality where we're energy. Gods and goddesses. We are the magicians. We are the magic. There's no difference between the wand and the spell. When you fall over and break your leg, was it the fall that enabled the broken leg? Or was it the broken leg that enabled the fall? Both of them are simultaneous, happening at the same time. There is no time. There is no distance. There is no measurement in the field, just like the wand and the spell. You're both, the observer and the observed. We are amazing, beautiful soul, powerful beings. We choose different entry points. We choose different exit points. And ultimately, from a higher perspective, the game's already mapped out. And so we're dropping in, having an experience, and then dropping out. But all of these markers are already laid out for us. And even if we make different choices when we come into the game, we roll the dice, we get a number 5. We take 5 paces this way. The next time we roll a number 2, maybe you slide back down the ladder. But ultimately, when you play the game, you're always going to get to the same place. Love. Because that's why we came here. To get lost and to find our way back home. To realize that we were there all along. There was nowhere to actually go. Now, when you go into deep meditation, when you engage in powerful breath work, when you know how to zero point your consciousness and live in this centered state of balance and harmony with high levels of awareness, you become a Jedi Master. I will show you how to do this. We run trainings, workshops. We have an app that you can download right now with all the tools that you need to be a high frequency Jedi, living from the 0 point on the frequency of love, as an observer, weaving and navigating your way through this human game, loving every single second, drawing the gold from every encounter, every situation, creating, recreating, knowing that you are a quantum architect, spiritual gangster, fierce and ferocious, kind and compassionate, all things and no things. Shiaria tuku ataki, Shia shata shakua, En rieshu asha uanaki arian, Sia shaka katu ataki, En ashriemu aria tuataka. The frequencies and the keys and the codes, they're everywhere. They're in our bodies, they're in the space. You carry keys, you carry codes, and so do I. And together we're a great big jigsaw puzzle. But a jigsaw puzzle is no good when the pieces are spread all over the living room floor. You've got to get those pieces of that jigsaw puzzle, and you've got to be patient. You've got to take your time, and one by one, you place them together. And we as human beings are like the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle all over the planet. When we come together with our own keys and codes, we're going to bring divine love, that Christed light back to this planet. You see, part of this human game, part of this human evolution is this individualized game of free will. Out there in the multiverse, there are so many other species, and the majority of them, they live like bees. They have a hive mindset, a hive heart set. They work together and everything flows with ease and grace. But here on planet Earth, we are given free will. We have our God spark connected through those 7 super universes, those multiple dimensions, so many frequencies within that range of possibility that we get a little bit lost. And it's understandable. Look at the game we're playing, man. It's not an easy game to play. And we're thrown into it like a cannonball being fired out of a cannon into the ocean. It sinks to the bottom, heavy. And somehow that cannonball has got to find its way home. It's got to shapeshift out from that heavy, dense seabed. It's got to work its way back up to the surface until it can breathe without breathing. Because when you're truly plugged in, you breathe through your prana tube, not your nose and your mouth. You breathe cosmic energy. Wherever you are on this planet, beautiful soul, go and love your sisters and your brothers fiercely and ferociously. Hug them tightly and never, ever, ever be the first to let go. It's the golden rule of hugging. We're energy. We're source code. Fractals of the same intelligence. So start accepting your sisters and brothers. Start loving, honoring and respecting them. But if you can't honor and respect yourself, you're never going to be able to honor and respect anyone else. And no one else is ever going to be able to honor and respect you, because we're all the same. What you do to another happens to you. What you do to yourself happens to another. Take responsibility for your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and be the God, Goddess that you are. The Divine Father, the Divine Mother, the Divine Child, the Trilogy, the Trinity, that equilateral triangle that turned into a tetrahedron, that turned into a Merkaba field. Remember, check out our website, starmagichealing.org. We got some of the best ascension tools on planet Earth. Light language transmissions, hundreds of guided meditations, music-only meditations, cosmic yoga video, mystery school teachings on so many different topics, private groups so you can connect with beautiful humans, beautiful souls just like you, who want to raise their vibration, open their heart, and become superhuman. We got high frequency nutrition, breathwork, everything that you need right now. So go and check it out. Join Infinity. You get free access right now for 7 days. Join us online every Monday and Wednesday for the frequency spa, for the weekly meditation. There's so many tools to help you stay on path and evolve as a beautiful human. I'll see you soon. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace out, beautiful soul.